Hello, my name is Julie, and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Crochet Podcast number 61. So, I have 2 finished objects to share with you all, and quite a few whips that I've started. I also have a few acquisitions, so I'll just go ahead and say that this is probably going to be a long video, but that's okay because I know some of you all enjoy it. I do also want to mention that my Friday video came out a week early, and that was just pure accidental. For some reason I thought that it was the day to record that video, and since I had already went through the trouble of editing it and fixing it, you know, I just went ahead and released it early. But I did want to let those of you that watch that video or participate in that video that the next one will not come out for 2 weeks from now, which actually works out better for me because I had a short work week this week, which was awesome. But of course they changed my schedule back to normal, so for this week coming, so that's probably a good thing because it's kind of hard sometimes to record that video after work, so a lot of times I do try to record it early anyway, just not a week early. But anyway, I will go ahead and get started and show you what I've been up to this week. So I am subscribed to Crochet World magazine. I get a, what does it come out every 2 months or every 3 months or something like that? I think you get 6 times a year for Crochet World, but they also have another subscription that you can get, and it's like 4 times a year, so it's like a special type magazine that comes out, and I used to be subscribed to that, but I am not any longer. I had canceled that, but I did have one from spring of 2022, and it is this one right here, which is called Quick One Skein Crochet. And I made that elephant basket on the front. I've been wanting to make it ever since I received that magazine last year. Right? Yeah. And I finally got around to making it, and it turned out super cute. We are using it to hold suckers right now because, you know, I got kids and they love candy, so I'm using it as a candy basket. But I think it turned out pretty good. I feel like I sewed its ears back a little bit too far, but it doesn't look bad. Now this is by Heather Single, I don't know what her last name is, but if I can find the like just the pattern for this, I will have it linked below. Otherwise, like I said, it is in that magazine. I used a 4mm hook, and I used mainstays from Walmart in the color gray, and I'm pretty sure that this gray is discontinued because I've had that ball of yarn for a very long time. The only thing that I did different than the pattern is I actually went around and added that simple stitch or the crab stitch around the top of the basket, but everything else I did the same. I really like how they did the curving of the trunk, and I love the texture of the basket. I really like the way that that looks, and how they added that little bit of texture to the ears. But here's my little elephant basket, and I think that it's super cute, and I love it, and it definitely has a purpose for now. So I'm just going to add this little clip in because I almost forgot to show you all my progress on my cowl project, C-A-L. Litza over at Coco's Crochet is hosting a calendar cowl. She's doing a stitch sampler blanket, but I am doing corner to corner squares, and I almost completely forgot. And I had finally got caught up. I had got a little bit behind, but I'm all caught up now except for my ends. I haven't weaved any of my ends in, but that's okay. Got plenty of time to do that, but the squares are done and attached. So we are on September right now in this crochet along, but it's never too late to join in. Even if it ends and you would like to do it later, it's still fun to do no matter when, and her videos will always be there for you to do later. So this is what I have done so far. I had 2 squares done that hadn't been attached that I have already showed previously, and then I had 2 squares that I needed to do, and no, 4 squares that I needed to do. And like I said, we are on September now, so I did get them attached. So this is what it's looking like. It's 4 squares wide, and then these last 6 squares are the ones that I had to attach. This one, these 2 were for July, and Sam over at Memphis Makes said that even though I did a Christmas square, it was perfect because Christmas in July, and I had never even thought of that. Didn't even cross my mind, so it worked out great. And then the colors for August was gray, red, purple, and rainbow. And I did a maroon color because I feel like that is in the red family. Since I had a bright red right there, I did maroon with the gray. And then I used this variegated color. I actually used that to make a clown for my daughter. And then this dark purple. And then for September, which she just came out with not too long ago, it was brown, white, pink, and green. And I did brown, and then I did a cream color for the white instead of like a bright white, and then I did this baby pink with this olive green. And so this is what it's looking like so far. Like I said, I haven't weaved in any of my ends yet. But I think that it's turning out really nice, and I am going to keep it on the back of my chair when it's done so I can enjoy looking at it, because I really love how these squares look. But the blanket itself is probably not going to be big enough. Maybe like a lap throw or a toddler size blanket or something maybe, but that's okay. I'm still going to love it anyway, and I'm so happy that I got it caught up, and that's a good thing. So I'll insert this clip and you can continue watching the video. Now the next thing that I finished, well, this is the last thing that I have finished. I have been on a dragon kick here lately, and I really love, I think I showed a dragon last podcast, and maybe even the podcast before that. I've just really been enjoying making dragons, and so I kind of went on a hunt to see what all patterns were available out there, and I came across a pattern called the Spring Dragons, and it's handmade by Maritza on Etsy, and I think it was only like $2 and something. I used oh, here's the dragon. But I used a 3.75 millimeter hook, and I used Big Twist Twinkle yarn for this, and I love the way that it turned out. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy with this. This color right here is called Sapphire, and I'm assuming that they still have this yarn. I haven't bought it in a long time, so I'm not sure, but this one is called Sapphire, and then this gray for the horns here is called Slate, and as you can tell, it's super glittery, and I just love the way that worked out. Now in the pattern, she uses like a regular just another regular 4-weight yarn to do like spikes down the back, and to add like a trim to the wings here in a different color, a contrast color. But I decided to use the Premier Eyelash yarn in the color Charcoal, and I love the way that it turned out. I don't know why I really love using the eyelash yarn or the fur yarn on my dragons. It's just, I don't know, I like it. I like the way that it looks and the way that it turns out. Now I did do a few things different because there were just a few things that I wasn't really crazy about. And one of them was the legs. They're kind of skinny legs, but he does still stand even though they are that way. But her legs were a lot taller than mine, and I still feel like I made them a little bit too long. I preferred the legs to be a little bit more stubbier on this particular shaping of a dragon. Also, I gave him eyelids with those 10mm dragon eyes that I bought from Amazon. I don't know if you can tell, but the only thing that I do to do those eyelids is I just chain for this sized eye. For a 10mm eye, I chain 5, but then my 5th chain is actually like my closing stitch, or like my stitch that I tighten up. So really it's just 4 chains, you know, if that makes sense. And then I just tack them down over the eyes, and I just like the definition that it gives the eye, and I think that it works well with these. But I was asking my husband which eyes that I should use, because they're all different, the ones that I have, and these are the ones that he chose. And I was actually going to use this, it's like a no name, it doesn't have a name on it or anything, it's just a eyelash fur type yarn that I had got, and I was going to use it on it, but he said that I needed to use the gray, so I went with what he suggested, and my daughter also, and so I really like how it turned out. Now I do prefer to use a fur yarn for the back and stuff, because I think that a fur yarn looks better than the eyelash yarn. But I do like how this is kind of like a shiny, this Premier eyelash yarn is kind of shiny, so I think that it complements the sparkle in the body and stuff very well. There was one thing about the wings, she actually has you like crochet the wings in, or like onto the body as you're making them. And honestly, I mean, I really do love saving myself on sewing, but I think that I prefer sewing the wings on than doing it that way. I kind of had a hard time doing that because the tail kept getting in the way. So if I made this again, I think that I would just do those separate instead of the way that she did. And I also did not make my horns as tall as hers. She also wants you to switch hook sizes a lot for different pieces. Like for the ears, she wanted you to use a different hook size. For the horns, I can't remember everything that she wanted you to change hook sizes on, but I didn't do that. I used the same hook size all the way throughout. But I really like this. It's very, very simple. And as you can tell, I don't have it in here, it's in the other room, but as you can tell, this is made with worsted weight yarn, and it's very similar in size to the one by Stringy Ding Ding that I did in a 3-weight yarn. So if I was to do this in like a small yarn like I normally prefer to do, it would be very small, but I think it's the perfect size in a 4-weight yarn. I really like the way that it turned out. And I love the sparkle and the way that those eyes are up against the face. I also did not embroider nostrils because this yarn was so dark. I didn't think that it would look right. But here is my little dragon, and I hope that you enjoy seeing him. I think it turned out really good. I'm really happy with him, and I prefer this body shape, like this long body shape. I really like making dragons like this, because usually when you make them, the head to the tail is all one piece, and this is no exception. It is the same way. The whole entire thing is one piece. So that's really nice as well. So there's that, and that's all my finished objects. Now, I did start a few projects, and one of them I have been gifted quite a few vintage patterns and leaflets and booklets and magazines and just different things that I love so much. Like I absolutely love them, and the ladies that have so graciously gifted me those things, I do still so appreciate you all so very much, because it's so much fun to just sit and look through all that stuff that I have. And I was doing that one day this week, and I came across this little magazine right here, and it's called Crochet Home. And I've never heard of that before. This one is number 27, but it's like a small digest sized magazine, which I love that. It's perfect for a project bag. And it's got some really cute little patterns in here. It has a blanket pattern right here that I just think is so pretty. But that's not what I made. But I was looking through this and I came across these little bunnies. And I fell in love with these bunnies. Now, these are called Country Bunnies, and they are by Jocelyn, Sass. And I have tried to find this pattern online already, and I have not been able to find it. I did come across somebody that was selling this bunny on eBay. The same exact bunny, and I thought that was very neat. But it wasn't the pattern, it was like the finished object, you know. But like I said, I haven't been able to find it, but this is the what the magazine looks like. So maybe you have one in your stash somewhere that you forgot about, or maybe you can find it on eBay or something. I can't remember what year this came. This was February to March of 1992. But I just fell in love with that country bunny, and I decided I was gonna make it. But I wanted to make it in sport weight yarn. And I didn't have enough white, and I really don't like making my amigurumis in white because honestly I always get everything dirty. Like, I don't know, I'll spill my coffee on it. I've had this happen before. And you know, if you decide to give it to a child, then you know, I've had like that big huge dragon that I made in white quite a few years ago. It's just my daughter just stained it up where she was little. So I decided that I was going to do it in a different color. And technically, I guess this could be considered a finished object because the bunny itself is done. So I did finish the bunny, the actual body of the bunny. But I did do this pattern a little bit different. I know that you know, maybe you might not be able to find this, you may not be interested in knowing, but I'll just go ahead and tell you anyway. But it had a lot of like increases and decreases and stuff to make that, like the head is really long and it has like a point. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a point there where the nose is. And I left that out. I made my bunny's head more round. So that is the only thing that I changed about this pattern, was the way that the head was made. But the body and everything else was, I made the same as the pattern. And the head and the body were all one piece, which was nice. I really do like how they did the feet. Except I kind of feel like the toes are really pointed. Like the top of the foot's really pointy, but I do like that. And then they also kind of made it look like it had a thumb there on both sides of the hand. So I really do like how the bunny, now I didn't give it a tail. It didn't have a tail in there because it's going to have a dress on. I did start the dress, but I guess I should tell you what I'm doing, what I'm using. So I used a 3mm hook on this bunny. And I used 10mm eyes. They had you like, what was it, satin stitch the eyes on or something like that. But I did do safety eyes, and then I did just whip stitch that little nose and mouth area. And this yarn right here is called Brava Sport in the color Almond. And then this is what I'm doing for the dress. So let me just get it on here. So I was going for the white bunny. That was the one that I wanted to make because there is 2 different dress patterns in there. Like the bunnies are the same, but their dresses are made different. And I thought, oh, this dress will work up so fast. You know, it's just a little amigurumi. It won't take long to make this dress, but this dress is very time consuming. It's very time consuming. So this is how much I have done so far. And I think it's going to be absolutely adorable. So I am using this color right here, which is Dove Heather for the dress. And then I have a pink, and I didn't bring it in here, but I do have a pink, like a maroonish pink color that I'm going to do that trim in. In this pattern right here, they actually used crochet thread to do that trim right there that you see, but I'm just going to use regular yarn, and I think that it'll be fine. But this is what I have so far. But the dress is almost like making one of the doll dresses that I make, because it gets really huge and poofy. So I didn't get that part finished, but I really liked how this little dress was made. Like, the sleeve part is actually made as you're working the top part of the dress. It was very neat to make this. So I really did enjoy what I have so far. But like I said, I just haven't finished it, obviously. So I wasn't going to call it a finished object, even though the bunny is actually done. And I probably will put, like, they use like a little ribbon bow, but I think I might crochet a bow to go on the top of her head. But I really love these long, these long ears. And I think it's going to be just darling when it's done. And so this is my progress on my country bunny. And I'm really, really enjoying working on this. I just kind of set it to the side because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to finish that dress. So I wanted to finish something. So I did the dragon, and that dragon worked up pretty quickly. So the next thing that I have been working on is I will go ahead and show you my doll dress. I have got quite a bit of progress on it, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I almost ran out of yarn. I didn't quite finish that ball. I have just very little left. Like, this is how much I have left of that ball of yarn. Okay, so I had the dress took off of her where I had been working on it. So I had to put it back on her, and it is attached. But this is what I have done so far. And I thought for sure that I was going to have enough yarn. I thought that I had another skein of this dark coral in the big twist. I thought that I had another skein of that, but I did not have another skein. So like I said, that is part of my acquisitions. But this is, I'm using a 4mm hook like they suggested in the pattern. And this is the big twist in the color coral, dark coral. And I am working on the ruffles. So I did stop because I thought, I don't know, I thought that I would see how much yarn it took to make these top two ruffles. And it takes so much yarn. These are all triple crochets. So I've definitely been getting my practice with that stitch. But this is the pattern that I'm using. Is the Southern Belle pattern from Fibre. And like I said, this is a vintage pattern. So you cannot find this anymore unless you buy it used. Or in my case, somebody gifts it to you. And then this is also a 15-inch Fibre doll that wears this dress. So like I said, this is what I've got done. It's getting very big. So like, it does have like a hoop or something that you put under it. And I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but it might need it. It might need a hoop under there because this dress is it's getting very heavy. And you know, as you can tell, it's kind of like folding in. It's not like pooping out or nothing. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. But like I said, I did get some of these ruffles on. I just haven't trimmed it because it does have a trim there. They did theirs in white, so it does have a trim on it that I haven't done yet. I was just trying to get this stuff done, but I have a long way to go because I was telling you all whenever I first showed this that the biggest stitch count was like 270, and that is a lie. That is a lie, because you actually have to put 2 triple crochets in every stitch all the way around, so it doubles your stitch count for each ruffle, and I still have to do the ruffle for the bottom, so that's going to be well over 500 stitches for this bottom ruffle. So yeah, it's going to be very big and very poofy, and I'm going to love it. I just know I will. I do just have it pinned in the back to hold it because the top part is a little big, but that's no issue at all. But like I said, this is the progress on her, and I'm really loving how she is turning out. And since if she doesn't look much different, I may not show her next podcast because it's going to take me quite a while to finish this dress. But thankfully, Joann's did have that yarn, so I was able to get some more of it to be able to put more work into her. So that is my Fibre Craft doll. And then I did start a blanket for my husband. I know I have 2 blankets that I haven't finished that are just sitting in bags staring at me, but I knew that if I did not get this blanket started, I would never get it done. It would take me forever. So I got my stitch pattern out of this book that I'm sure you all are very familiar with, the Quick and Easy Crochet. They have a stitch pattern guide in the front with a bunch of different stitches, and so I had my husband look through because I was going to do the waffle stitch, but he said that not that he preferred, but that he wanted the basket weave stitch instead. So I did do the basket weave stitch, and like I said, I just got the multiples and stuff out of this book, but I'm sure that you can easily find how to do the basket weave stitch in, online somewhere. I'm using this anti-pilling everyday worsted yarn that I got from Annie's Crochet, and this is from their Kit Club, because it does say Kit Clubs right on it, and I didn't see that until I started working with it. So this color is probably different than what you would buy from like Premier or something, but this color is called Indigo, and it's just a really pretty blue. And this is what I have got done so far. I just started it and it's going to be pretty wide, so I hope so bad that I have enough yarn. I have 8 skeins of this blue, and then I have 8 skeins of gray to go into this, but this is what it's looking like so far. It's a very pretty stitch. I do like the basket weave stitch, and it's fun and easy and mindless to work on. So I'm enjoying it. My goal is going to be to put at least 1 row every day. So this is probably not another project that I probably will not show every time. I may show it if I get like color repeats or something, but I probably won't show this every time because this is going to be a long-term project. I would like to have it done in September by my husband's birthday, but we'll see how fast or how slow I get it done. But if not by September, then definitely by Christmas. But like I said, this is a slow growing stitch, so it's going to take me a long time. It's very dense. There's a lot of stitches. I was trying to see, I know it's a multiple of 6 plus 4, and I'm using a 6mm hook, and I think I chained over 150, but I don't remember exactly how many I chained. But I know it's over 150 because I do mark my stitches every 20 whenever I'm chaining to make it easier to go back and count. But I'm having a hard time counting them right now, so I will let you know next time that I show you this, but I know it was over 150. but mine, like I said, my pattern that I was following is a stitch multiple of 6 plus 4. So, but I'm really liking how it's turning out so far. I've decided that I'm going to do one whole blue skein, and then I'm going to go to green or gray. I'm going to go to gray and then go to blue, then gray, because I had some gray in my stash, and then I ordered some more to give me more colors, and I ordered the wrong gray. I ordered the wrong color of gray. So now, sorry about the crinkle, but so now I have 2 different shades of gray, but I think that it's going to be okay. And I think that it will work out fine. So I'll put blue and then maybe do the dark gray, then blue, then do the light gray, like that. I think that's how I'm going to do it, because I don't want to order any more yarn. And I can't believe I did that. Like, I just ordered the wrong color, but that's okay. Those 2 grays do complement each other, and they are different enough to where that it will look good and not look, you know, it'll look like I did it on purpose, I guess. So I think it'll be fine. And this color right here is called Mist. This one's called Mist, and this one, this darker one, is called Steel. So Mist and Steel with the indigo, and that's what I'm going to be using, and hopefully he'll like it. He does like it so far, because I did ask him if he liked the stitch and the width and all that, and he said yes. So that is that work in progress. And then I have one more work in progress to show you all, and I don't know, I was looking on YouTube and this lady popped up, and I just clicked her, and it was like a crochet channel, but it was in French. She spoke a different language, so I was watching her with the subtitles in English. I normally don't do that, but she was nice to watch. I really enjoyed watching her. I think her name is like Crochet de la Jess or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. I will have her channel linked below, and I probably said that completely wrong. But she was making a giraffe. Like, she makes such beautiful amigurumis, and even though I couldn't understand what that she was saying, just listening to her, I really did enjoy watching her with the subtitles, even though they probably weren't completely accurate. And I fell in love with that giraffe that she was making. It was like an older video that she had made, and I had to find it. I just needed to make it. Have you ever seen somebody make something and you're like, I just need that. I need to make that. I've got to find that. Well, come to find out, it is in a French only book. It comes out of a book written completely in French, and I bought the ebook of it. Do I speak French? No, I do not. But I just needed this giraffe in my life. And so I bought, I had some credit, like Amazon gives you like digital credit sometimes to go toward like ebooks or like Kindle books. And so I really only had to pay like $3 for this book, and I thought, I spend $3 all the time on patterns that I don't even make. And I know that I want to make this, and I am going to put forth the effort to translate this pattern. And I did find like a really cool chart that somebody had made. I can't remember the name of the blog, but I did find a really cool chart that shows you different languages, and then it'll show like English, and then it'll have like different languages for their terms and stuff. So that was very helpful. But on the Kindle, if you select the text, you can translate. It will translate it for you, roughly translate it. So I did work on translating this pattern this week, and I figured out a lot of the abbreviations and stuff, and if I haven't already, I will have that giraffe showing, because it's absolutely adorable, and hers was just adorable too. The book is called Adorable Animals by Marie Clessy, I don't know. And the pattern is called Diane the Giraffe. Now, I did try to find this pattern just individually, and I had no luck whatsoever. But like I said, the whole book is in French. But I do know that I do have some viewers that speak French, so maybe they will be interested in this book. But here's what I have done so far. So you make its little legs, and then you make this circle piece. You make like a circle piece, and you connect your legs around, so the legs and the body are all one piece. And I love that. I just, like I said, I fell in love with this little giraffe, and I just had to make it. Now, this is almost like testing a pattern for somebody or something. Like, it's a lot of work to translate a pattern, but sometimes it's worth it, and I think this will be worth it. And I'm having fun doing it. So I have done that before, but it was Spanish. It was Spanish patterns. And I didn't use Google Translate at all. Like with this one, I'm using Google Translate as much as I can, or like, you know, having it translated for me. But obviously the abbreviations don't always translate right, so you do kind of have to know your abbreviations a little bit. But whenever I translated patterns in Spanish, that was when I very first started to crochet, and I just hand wrote every single row down, and it worked. You know, I made the pattern. So, but I'm really enjoying working on this, and I'm using a 2.75 millimeter hook on this giraffe so far, and I'm using drop saffron yarn in the color number 10, which is yellow, and then for its little feet or anywhere that it has brown on it, I'm going to use this brown right here, which is number 22, and it's light brown. And I think that it's going to be really cute when it's done. I'm so excited about it. So, yeah. I'm not saying I recommend doing it, because like I said, it is a lot of work, but yeah. I really do. I really am enjoying making it, and I don't know, it's fun. Otherwise, I would never be able to make that pattern if I didn't sit and take the time to do that. So that's a little fun project that I'm working on the side there. And so that's all that I have to show you. I have, like I said, I kind of got startitis a little bit, and started some projects, and I did get a couple things finished, but that's okay. That's okay that I didn't get more finished. I thought that my short work week would be more productive, but it wasn't, but that's okay. So I did, like I said earlier, I did place an order with Joann's, and I got 2 more skeins of this dark coral from Big Twist, and I'm not going to go over all of the specs of it, but it is 380 yards, 6 ounces, 347 meters, or 170 grams, and this is 100% acrylic 4-weight yarn, or worsted weight yarn. So I did get 2 more, and that should be plenty enough to finish that doll dress. I just can't believe, I thought for sure that I had more, and I just didn't. But they did have at the time that I placed that order, they had their Big Twist 4 for $12 or something like that. So I just went ahead and got 2 more to get that deal. And I got 2 more in the color watermelon, because I think this would be a good doll dress color as well. And I do have at least one of these in my stash already. So I thought that I would try doll dress in that eventually. And then Mother's Day is coming up in the US. I know the UK has already celebrated Mother's Day, but in the US it is May the 14th. And my husband was asking me, what do you want for Mother's Day? We don't spend a ton of money on each other for these holidays or anything, but we do like to get a little something for each other. And so I was thinking I would just have him get me a book that I really, really, really wanted. And I just hadn't got. I was saving up my fetch rewards, and it takes a while to get that, built back up. But I was saving it for this book, and I thought I would just have him get it for me. And so I did, and it is this book right here. And I did see Nova over at Gnome Creations. She did an excellent review on this book, so I will have her video linked below just in case you haven't seen it. She made one of the smaller patterns out of this, and it was absolutely adorable, and I just fell in love with these patterns. And this designer is Megan Lapp, and she is Crafty Intentions on Etsy, and her patterns are just magnificent. Like, as you can tell by that dragon, they are just gorgeous patterns. This lady does such an amazing job on her crochet patterns. But what her patterns are supposed to be like super long, like 150 pages or something long, because she has so many pictures. And like I'm going to show you what there are in this, but I'm not going to go like into as much detail as Nova did, because I'm not really a book review person, but I do like to show you and tell you which ones I like, and which ones I'm interested in making. But she has like smaller creatures that you can make, and then she has her more, like, she calls them standard size, but they're like, more detailed patterns. So the way that this is set up is some of the patterns have the same body part, so you'll get like a chart that tells you what page number the body part is for that specific pattern that you are going to make. So there are, those aren't very good pictures, but there are all of these for your standard. So you get a griffin, an alicorn, a dragon, a gargoyle, unicorn. There's all kinds of different ones, and then you have 4, 5, 6 standard sized ones. So there's like the dragon on the front. There's a phoenix that's absolutely gorgeous. But here's one. There's another one. I love that one so much. There's something that looks like a chicken. A dragon. I think that's the one that Nova made, and it came out really cute. This little gargoyle, which is so cute. It's so adorable. It's just like mystical creatures, like myths and legends and stuff. That one, a hippogriff, which was from Harry Potter. Jackalope. The Pegasus. I know that those unicorns or Pegasus will be one of the first ones that I make. I really like that phoenix, but the standard size one is just absolutely beautiful. But I love these. These are like more simple, and I know that I'm going to stick to the more simple ones first because those standard size ones are very intimidating to me. I think that I could do it, but I know that it would take forever probably to make it. I think all of these are used worsted weight yarn. I think she uses, but here's the dragon. Isn't that gorgeous? This book is very well made too. I really like the way that it's set up. But I just want to show you, like, on the small ones that I just got done showing you, they're kind of mix and matched. But with this dragon, like, that is how long the pattern is for the dragon. Like, that's just amazing. It's just crazy. I haven't really looked through it, so I don't know if maybe she has, like, different pieces that you can use. But there's, like, tons of pictures throughout. So even though these patterns look intimidating, like I think that she really breaks it down so that even if you have amigurumi experience, then you can make this. But here's the Kraken, and I'm thinking, I don't know if this is the one that Sam from Mantha's made, but I know she's made one of these and it was awesome. I remember that's how I found her channel. Was through that one. And then there's a serpent, feathered serpent, owl, griffin. And then the phoenix. That's just a work of art right there. And then this unicorn right here, which is just gorgeous. So I know these standard creatures will be in my future one day. Oh, she also has another book coming out in September that I want, which is this one right here, Crochet Impkins. So that'll be on my wish list for whenever it is released. But I am really looking forward to digging into this book. So I don't know when I will start one. Soon, hopefully soonish. But I do think that it will be one of the smaller ones that I will probably wait and see how her patterns are, because I've never done her patterns before I attempt one of her more intricate patterns. But I know that I want to make this dragon on the front so bad. All of those standard creatures, I really want to make them really bad, because they're just gorgeous. So like I said, I do recommend this, even though I haven't worked out of this book. I mean, look how thick this book is. I think it was like $24 or something like that, but it's worth it, I think, because you can tell that she really did put a lot of work into making this, and it's like heavy, and the patterns are just gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to giving some of these patterns a try. Because like I said, I'm on a dragon kick, and that's just nothing but like dragons and myths and and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to working out of that book. So that is all that I have for you all. No, this is a long one, so thanks for hanging out with me, especially if you stuck all the way to the end. I really do appreciate all of you all, and I enjoy your comments so very much. So definitely keep those comments coming, and yeah, so until next time, I will see you in another video. Bye.